Today I'm going to be clearing out our flower garden with the blueberry bushes, and we planted some veggie seeds there a little bit ago and they have all sprouted as well. So once all of that is all cleared out, it's a pretty big garden, but I'm going to try to get it done today. I will show you what is growing in that one. But this garden starts off with this entrance, and I planted loofah in here, so that is what's crawling up here on this trellis. It's my first time trying loofah, so I am not sure how it's gonna go, but so far so good. So pretty much that little entrance walkway. Oh, I just noticed it started flowering. Those are the first flowers. I planted gourds and loofah, but I think because birdhouse gourd has a white flower and these are yellow, so I'm guessing that's actually loofah. So that is spreading around here, and the idea of it was to grow up on the trellis, and that's pretty much what it's doing. But I can see it's already crawling through the fence, but that is okay. So this little entrance leads to what eventually, this was our old chicken coop, but we rehomed all of our chickens. It's going to be our walk-in bird aviary in the near future. And when that whole project, I'm going to show you guys the results of it as well, so you guys can see what it came out looking like. What? Yeah. So, and then that little birdhouse aviary is going to lead into what is our flower garden. We have some hibiscus over here. So what I'm going to do is clear out all these flower boxes. We still have some flowers growing, but a lot of this is just weeds. So I'm going to clear all this out. Then back here is where our blueberry bushes are. And I got to pick weeds all down here, through the middle, all through here. As you can see, we have leftover zinnias, but all of this is just overgrown. There's a lot of zinnias. We had all this covered in zinnias. We sold so many zinnias for Mother's Day. These butterflies are loving the cardinal red climbers, I think they're called. So I'm going to try to do my best to pick weeds around all the existing flowers. I don't want to pull any of those out. And these boxes, I gotta clear out the weeds in. And all of this, you will be able to see the veggies that we planted in here. But right now it's just all weeds, so you can't really tell what is what. So I'm going to clear all that out and show you guys a little tour of this garden once it's all done and cleared out as best as I can today. So I'll show you guys once it's all done. All right, I somehow finished the garden. So the first thing I wanted to show was right here we had some volunteer tomato plants. These came from when we used to have a garden right here that we kept getting volunteer, I think they're called Everglade Tomatoes. It looks like some more popped up here. You can see little baby tomatoes right there. So we have two plants that just kind of volunteered, grew here, so we're just gonna leave them as be. It seems like that's the only way I can grow tomatoes these days, is when they pop up voluntarily. I don't do good with actually planting them. But for our flower garden, I'm starting to plant pineapple plants inside of some of the boxes, and we have these flowers. Those are vincas. I forget the name of these, but these are everywhere. These are very invasive. They've spread around in all our gardens, and so is the cardinal red climbers. Those are very invasive too, but the butterflies and the bees love them. So I've been trying to keep it controlled because we have it growing all along our fence, and they're kind of taking over our boxes too. So I've been trying to rip them out little by little. We have some marigolds in there, but we don't have much going on as for flowers. These are some yellow squash that we planted, and they are starting to flower, and you can see the little bit of vegetables starting to grow in there. Zinnias, beauty berries, those grew by themselves here. They are native to Florida. All our blueberry bushes got a lot bigger this year, so hopefully we get a bigger blueberry production when it's summertime. We have some more, I think this is zucchini or yellow squash as well. The tiniest little patch of carrots over here, not sure what happened there. We had originally planted them all along here, but that's the only little bunch that grew. Maybe the animals ate them, ate the seeds. We have a banana. I think this is a plantain tree specifically. That is going good. We planted this when it was a little itty bitty tree, and it has really blown up this year. We also had a volunteer passion fruit that started growing here. If you can see it, I'm trying to train it to go up the fence over there. I forgot to show we have about 3 banana trees over there as well. Those are getting very tall, so hopefully we see something from those soon. Now over here, I am sure we destroyed a lot of the stuff I had planted, but it was just so overgrown with weeds, and I'm trying to rush through it. So what is left that I probably did not destroy, we have mustard greens all along this little row right here. These are radishes, a whole little row of radishes. I try to clean up the weeds as best as I can, but you can kind of see them starting to pop up. Carrots over here just scattered everywhere, but once they get bigger they'll be easier to see. Those are carrots. I think these are more radishes or some type of leafy green as well. We got some papaya trees, 1, 2, 3, another banana tree, a little one over here. These are collard greens, I believe. And we had cabbages starting to pop somewhere over here. These might be the cabbages right here. Cabbages and collard greens. Over here, I think this is a birdhouse gourd or some type of pumpkin plant. It's starting to spread out here. I'll try to go behind this. Over here is just more of the squash plants, and then we have a lot of zinnias. It was very hard to pick weeds around here because all the seeds that reseeded themselves are completely taken over this whole box and in between this box. So I didn't want to touch it too much. Plus we have a squash plant in there, or it's probably a birdhouse gourd, but there's just so many zinnias intertwined in there with the weeds, so just kind of left it alone. I pulled out all the weeds that were growing in our garden boxes and just topped them off with the more of the weeds that we were pulling out today. So that is that. These are not ready to plant in. What I'm doing is just continuing to layer weeds, sticks, cardboard, anything I can find in there, and eventually it'll decompose and turn into a little compost for us to plant things in. We want to do that for a good, I think we've been doing it almost a year now. So we're just going to keep doing it until it turns into compost. There's no rush. We have plenty of planting space, as you can see. We can plant in the middle of all these blueberry bushes. I see something over here. This is probably mustard greens again. Again, we planted rows of this, but for some reason only some took. But that's okay. We got plenty of seeds to plant some more and fill in all the spots. I definitely got to get some flower seeds in these boxes. There's our banana trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we also planted a whole bunch of, we pulled out the pups from the banana trees and planted them all against our fence over there. You can't see it from here. So there's a good 5 or 6 trees over there that we're just letting grow. We're not really watering it or anything. We're just letting nature take its course. They grow. That's pretty much it for garden number 2. I need to get some more seeds in this one, and then garden number 3 is in the back. Now we'll work on that another day and show you what's growing in that one. I also wanted to show here on the left side of our house, we had what's called Shampoo Ginger. It's a decorative ginger that you cannot eat. But this is the first year that we actually got a flower on it. So I'm excited to try this as shampoo. You actually squeeze it And that gooey liquid that comes out you can use as a natural shampoo. So I'm gonna try that tonight actually for the first time and see if it works out on my hair. That's the only flower I've seen so far, but I definitely want to transplant more of these in different areas of our farm so they can keep spreading out. And then the rest of this garden is just random aloe plants. It's not really a garden, but we have aloe plants, fern, hibiscus, not the edible hibiscus, the decorative one, fern, some roses, and I thought we had some pineapples here too. I'm not seeing them right now, but that's what we have on this side. I don't consider this a garden, some huge elephant ears, but we do have some useful things in there like the fern when I do my flower bouquets, the little roses, and that shampoo ginger, which I'll be trying for the first time this year. So thank you again for watching this video of our garden number 2 tour. The next one will be our last and final garden, number 3. It's one of our largest gardens and a lot of things are just now sprouting in there, so I'm excited to get that one cleaned out. It's not too covered in weeds like this last one just was, so it shouldn't be too much work, and I'll get to show you guys what's in there. And it's probably time to also plant more seeds in there depending on how many empty spots we got. So I'll see you guys then.